The hard truth about weight loss medications. I know, a little clickbaity, it is what it is, and I assure you I am kind of cringing with you, but nonetheless, I hope that I got your attention because yeah, we're going to talk about some of the hard truths about the weight loss medications. So let's get into it. Now, before I dive in, welcome back to the program, you beautiful people. My name is Dr. Dan. I'm a pharmacist turned obesity expert, and I need to remind you, hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss another episode when it comes out. As well, check me out on my other channels at the official Dr. Dan. As well, check out my website, healthevolve.co, where you can potentially book a consultation with me, and we can review and see if you're a good fit for our program. So, the hard truth. I'm really just going to lay it out there for you, and the hard truth is that these weight loss medications, they're nothing special. They're not magic, and in order to manage your weight and continue losing weight, it's going to require a constant effort. You see, these medications aren't doing magical things like fixing your metabolism or correcting adrenal fatigue or whatever other reason or thing that you have as to why you can't lose weight. Medications like Wegovy, Mounjaro, and Saxenda, all that they do is they reduce your appetite and hunger. Reducing your appetite and hunger likely is going to lead to you eating fewer calories. If you then eat less calories than what you burn, well, you're going to lose weight. And if you are not losing weight while on one of these medications, you're not in a calorie deficit. Full stop. Like that's it. And yes, I know there's been a lot of influencers out there who have said, you know what, I tried everything, I did everything, yada, 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 and I was never able to lose weight. I was never able to be successful. But I went on Wegovy, I went on Saxenda, and then the weight just started coming off. And unfortunately, for some of the bad ones, that's usually followed with, it corrected my metabolism, or it did X and it fixed this problem, and that is probably your problem as well, and the calories don't actually matter. And I hate to burst their bubble, but the calories do matter, and the only thing that a medication like Wegovy did was allow them to be in a calorie deficit. It reduced their hunger and appetite, allowed them to consume fewer calories than they were burning, and were able to do that consistently enough that they started to lose weight. There was no magic. Even if they had something like insulin resistance, Wegovy and these medications don't fix the insulin resistance. The weight loss that comes with them fixes the insulin resistance, not the drug themselves. And further, insulin resistance doesn't impede your ability to lose weight. Now, in no way am I saying that weight loss and obesity management is just as easy as just consuming fewer calories than what you burn. Yes, energy balance is the foundation of weight loss and weight management, but there is a ton of stuff that ultimately affects either side of that equation. And when we have a mountain of things that can influence both sides of the energy balance equation, well, that's going to make managing our weight really effing hard. And the things that are going to influence it are going to be everything from our finances to the environment you grew up in to even some of the foods that you eat. And unfortunately, if you struggle with your weight, you likely have some genetic underpinnings that are ultimately going to make it more challenging or make it easier for you to gain weight. Now, we all know people that are naturally skinny. Like the smart kids in school, these people that are naturally skinny just never seem to try or never had to really try all that hard, and they could just be skinny. And they can eat whatever they want and not have a problem. And even some of them are people who, when offered a cookie, will say, "No thank you, I am not hungry." To which I say, excuse me? I didn't ask if you were hungry, I asked if you wanted a fucking cookie. Unfortunately for you, for me, and anyone else that has ever struggled with their weight, we don't have those kinds of luxuries. To lose weight and to keep the weight off, we have to work hard. We may also need to use surgery or medications as tools to support us along the way, and we are going to have to put in a constant effort over the duration of our lives. Constant effort is going to involve some form of tracking, whether it's tracking your calories, using hand portions, doing daily weigh-ins. There's going to be some level of tracking of your daily food intake or having an idea of what you are consuming on a day-to-day basis. As well, you're going to have to increase your activity levels. You're going to have to manage your stress levels and mental well-being. You're going to have to make sure you obtain adequate amounts of sleep. All of this is going to require planning, preparation, and mindfulness. Now, if you think all of that sounds depressing and you think it's maybe life's not fair, you have the wrong mindset. You see, you didn't ask to be fat. You didn't ask to develop, emotional eating patterns after a childhood of abuse. You didn't ask for any of the problems that life has given you. However, it is your responsibility as to how you respond and deal with all of those problems. Even when you choose to do nothing, that's still a response. No one by any means is saying you must deal with this X problem in your life. However, if you don't deal with it, that means you're going to just have to accept where you're at. So that might mean you might not lose weight, you might gain weight, you might not lose any further weight. Now, taking responsibility is not saying that what happened to you was okay, or that you can't be mad because you were dealt a shit hand in life. You see, what taking responsibility actually is it's taking back your power. It says you can do something about this. Whether it's booking an appointment with your doctor to discuss medication options for managing your weight, or starting to track your calories, or going to the gym for the first time. With taking responsibility comes action, and action leads to progress. And of course, it's not going to be easy, but when has easy ever led to a fulfilling life? We often get easy confused with pleasure, because easy definitely leads to pleasure in the short term, whether it's using substances to help alter our mood, or taking a shortcut, or not doing the hard things. Yeah, easy in the very small and short term can lead to a pleasurable response, but does it actually lead to a happy and fulfilled life? And the answer is no. So to start changing your mindset and to start wrapping your mind around responsibility, I want you to stop asking for easy. I want you to stop wishing that you didn't have problems. Instead, look at your problems as challenges. Challenges for you to overcome, to learn from, and to solve. Further, take your mind away from the end result of whatever number on the scale that it is that you want it to be, and look instead at the effort. You see, the result, it's going to eventually come. It'll come with the effort. But the effort is today. What amount of effort are you going to put in today? Now, if you're still pissed about the naturally skinny kids, I can assure you they have a very similar predicament. Their problems are just different than yours. You see, we all have a story, and we all have shit that we need to shovel. And for me personally, I believe that shoveling that shit and learning to become the best version of myself that I can be, well, that's what we're here for. That's the meaning of life. Now, I know this idea about the weight loss medications not being anything magical or special is something that we don't want to hear. And certainly the fact that we have to put in this constant effort is, not always the positivist message that could be delivered, but it's the reality and it's the truth. And I'm not here to sugarcoat and beat around the bush or anything. I'm here to cut through the bullshit and tell you how it is. And if you don't like it, well, that's okay. I hope you'll hang out though, because over the coming weeks, I'll go a little bit more in detail about the barriers, strategies, and things that you can do in order to maximize that effort and to gain a better understanding of why looking at the effort versus that end result is the better choice, and how you can start to change the ideas of your problems into challenges. Because when you start to shift that mindset from a fixed mindset that you can't change anything to taking responsibility and owning and getting your power back, you then switch into a growth mindset. And the world becomes your oyster in everything that you can accomplish and everything that you can do. Because the problems, they're never actually going to stop. So stay tuned for the coming weeks. And until next time, you beautiful people, remember that you can't take that next step until you take that first step. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And of course, check me out on my other channels at The Official Dr. Dan. And check out my website, healthevolve.co. If you got some benefit out of this and you'd like to maybe book a consultation with myself, we can see if you're a good fit for our program. Until next time, always remember, small tweaks lead to massive peaks.